Lego. Yeah. Don't know. Oh yeah.
It's the original Batman.
One time. It's a bad man thing. It's body baby. VQs. Lego.
It's VQs.
I'ma make you bounce like a hurricane. I'ma make your bed rock like a hurricane. I'ma do it like nobody can. And I'll give you all the things.
Damaged. I thought that I should let you know. Then my heart is hi. It's nice to meet you, girl. Y'all ready to get ready? Cause I am. I don't know, I tried to do my eyebrows before the video and it's like I'm not feeling it. Like I don't know what's going on with it, but it is what it is. And I think beauty mode is turned on. No, it might not be. Okay, great. Look, I don't know what be going on with this camera. One day I'm gonna figure it out, but I've just been going through it, honestly and truly. And I wanted to do this chit chat get ready with me because I feel like maybe some of you all might be able to resonate with what I've been going through. And it's just been a lot. But you know what I realized, the older I get, the more when life fights with you, like you just gotta fight back. Like you just gotta start scrapping sometimes. Like, look, is we fighting right now? Because we can fight. Because we can definitely fight. And like for a minute, I feel like life was like pinning me down. And sis was like, nah. And then I had to like come out swinging with God. Like, this is not how this is going down, okay? But I came to the realization. So if you follow me on Instagram, if you don't, please stop and follow me on Instagram. But I know I mentioned to y'all about the podcast, and the podcast is coming. I promise. It's actually coming next month. But I had every intention. When I mentioned it, I didn't tell y'all when it was coming, well, up until now, or on Instagram the other day. But I didn't mention when it was coming simply because I didn't know, and I didn't want to put a timestamp on it because I feel like if I didn't deliver, then it would just look crazy. So I was like, let me just mention that I'm having it. But I had every intention for it to actually drop this month, like towards the beginning of the month. However, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I have filmed the first episode. I have recorded 4 times, like 4 times. I just feel like, I don't know, like maybe I'm just not ready, or it's not good enough, or I'm sharing too much information about myself, or it's not enough, or every time like I listen to it, and it's like my baby. And the first episode, I don't know, I was talking to somebody and they're like, maybe you should let someone else listen to it, the first episode, and tell you their thoughts. But it's like, as I go in my head, I'm just like, I don't even know who I want to listen to this first. Oh my gosh, now I'm getting makeup on this damn braid. Hold on. I don't even know who I want to listen to this first episode. That's the thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to just let it be. If that makes sense. I wanted everything to be super perfect. I don't want to, I don't know, like I feel like the things that I say, people get very offended by very easily, and I'm just like, is it my delivery, or just do people just get offended by like the stupidest things? But I really feel like it could be a bit of both. Could definitely be a little bit of both, but that's where I'm at with the podcast. And the podcast will be July. I'm just gonna say July. It's going to be out in July. Like, I already have the name and everything, but it's this first episode that I just don't know, y'all. I just been trying to figure out the perfect thing. Like, yeah. It's hard to describe, but yeah, July would be the podcast. And let me tell y'all what the podcast is kind of about, which you'll probably hear about in the first episode. It's basically about, it's going to be a podcast for us women. And I don't want to give away the name, but the name kind of tells what it's going to be about. But it's about women who are sharing my life experiences and the things that I've learned in my walk with becoming a feminine woman, and especially having a relationship with God. And I wanted to put it like that. I feel like a lot of times when I make YouTube videos, I am Christian and I continue to say that, but I feel like sometimes I make things very inclusive for everybody so I don't offend people who aren't Christian, and which I don't ever want to offend anybody. But then at the same time, I feel like, not that I'm hiding a part of myself, but I'm not able to express myself how I really want to express myself, because I feel like people will just be like, well, I don't agree with this because like, oh my gosh, like I've been going through lately. But so yeah, it is a Christian based podcast. Just want to put that out there. You can definitely listen to it if you're not a Christian. Like, come on now, says this is not for just only Christians. Like, I want every woman to be able to listen and learn, and we can teach each other from my podcast. Every woman. But just know, when I pull out a Bible verse and we start talking about we start getting into some things, I don't want to hear no complaining, okay? I don't want to hear no complaining, because I let you know. But other than that, that's something that I've been going through. I've been going through some stuff at my professional job, which I don't really talk much about here, but just know that I've been going through some stuff with that, and it's getting to the point where it's like, I'm tired. Like, I don't even want to work in corporate America that long. Like, this is not a lifelong thing for me. However, I do know that everything comes from something, and you learn a lot from being in certain seasons of your life. Let's just put that out there, because being in corporate America has taught me a lot that I probably would not have learned without working in corporate America. Let's state that for the record. Let's state that for the record. Kind of like college, you know? So I am forever grateful for that, and I still work in corporate America, so I'm still learning, and I'm always going to be learning about things. Still struggling, still struggling. So I've been going through it because I just recently had suffered from a friend breakup, and you know, those are never fun. It literally broke my heart. Even thinking about it now, like, I literally might, I don't want to cry, but it dawned on me that I couldn't subject myself to that type of behavior from a friend, from anyone, a relationship. Like, at the end of the day, friendships are relationships. Like, I feel like women just like to separate friendships and then like boyfriends. Like, girl, no, it's kind of literally all one and the same. And I don't know how to put it without sounding bad, but like, at the end of the day, I feel like, have you heard that saying where it's like, you can't really love somebody if you don't love yourself? Like, I feel like we all heard that saying before. So yeah, I kind of believe that. I believe that to be true. And I also believe, like, who am I to expect a friend or best friend to respect me if they don't respect themselves? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that to be like shady, but it's just like, it's just the way the pendulum swings. Like, sometimes that's just life, and I do know that we meet people for a reason and for a season, and some people are there in our life for a long time, and then some people, their season or their time is up. But I need to learn to just enjoy the fact that I was able to meet a friend and enjoy the time that I spent with that friend. Look, I'm getting teary-eyed. even saying that, because I'm even saying this like in any relationship with my exes. Like, I've had to learn and to adjust to enjoy the time that I spent with that person, and the time that I was allotted, and the time that we were able to cross paths. No matter how brutal or how distasteful it ended, or the fact that sometimes things just don't work out. And it's another thing that I wanted to talk about friendship, because when I sat and evaluated everything, I was just like, I cannot afford to attach myself to anyone who is like not God, but I can't afford to bound myself with someone who does not share the same values as me. And I've talked about this before in like relationship standpoints, like girlfriend and boyfriend, but it dawned on me that friendships are the same. And I've always said they were the same, but I never thought about it like this. Of course we can have friends who have different beliefs and different values, but this person was like my best friend. This person was someone who I would interact with every day, just like you would interact with a boyfriend every day. That's how close I was with this person. Or with that person, or even you watching this, if you're like super close with people like that, to where you're interacting with them every day, or best friend like every other day, then it is important, in my opinion, and I just learned that they need to need to value the same thing. Like, you shouldn't be with no man and y'all don't value the same thing. It's just not gonna work out. So it's literally one and the same. And we didn't value the same things. Like, it just wasn't on brand for me. And so it was always a disconnect. We could have just been acquaintances. There's no way for us to be that close, and we didn't value the same things, because here I am allowing someone who is disconnected from God, from the ways of God, and just so sorely on worldly ways, to where they're putting me down because of my beliefs and because of my actions and my standards. So that right there, it's not going to work out. And I've learned that with anyone, not even with that specific person. If I'm going to have a close best friend like that, my other best friend, like, she's on par. We are the same. We're one and the same. Put it like this. I don't hang around people who steal and kill people and do illegal things, because that's not who I am. So it's like, at the end of the day, people that are closest to you are a reflection of who you are. And if people closest to you value stealing and killing, you kind of value that too. You might not participate in it. However, you turn a blind eye to it. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Deep down inside, it's okay. You feel like it's okay for people to do that, even though you necessarily would not. And that is the problem that I faced. Because deep down inside, I don't think this is okay. And I didn't think certain things were okay. And I didn't want to hang around somebody who thought certain things were okay, on top of putting me down for what I believed, you know? And that is not to discredit anybody, but that is just a life observation that I've learned. Like, yeah, this is not gonna work out. This is not gonna work out. But it doesn't make it hurt any less. That's why I feel like I've been gone, like, with the podcast, with work, I feel like I'm trying to like grow my following, but at the same time, I'm in this season where I'm not really liking my body lately. So, and it's just like, I'm not liking my body right now, so it's hard for me to grow my following if I can't be active and take pictures, because when I take pictures, I'm uncomfortable. It's just a cycle that's going on. It's a cycle, sis. It's a cycle. But yeah, that's what we've been dealing with lately, and that's what I've learned. So I'm taking action steps, and I'm also in this headspace to where I'm just ready to leave Georgia. And I watched Aaliyah J's Chit Chat Get Ready With Me, and everything that she said resonated with me, because that's how I feel about Atlanta. It's literally how I feel about Atlanta. Like, Atlanta just is so sad. Like, it just makes me so sad. Being here makes me so sad. I don't want to be here. I want my own space in a different state. I don't like, I love my parents dearly, and I'm so grateful that I have parents. And I think, why did I even choose to film with this camera? But the reason why I tried to suppress my feelings and ignore myself for a long time with feeling like this is because I didn't want to sound ungrateful. But at the same time, I'm doing a huge disservice to myself by trying to suppress something, because at the end of the day, it's going to come out regardless, and it might come out a lot worse. And I have been actively trying to get out of Atlanta, and it seems like every time I try, it just fails. Like, I fail miserably. And it just made me believe that, like, dang, like, maybe this is God's plan for me. But I'm just like, God, how long is this plan? Because I'm literally going to go crazy. What else? Oh yeah, I'm still single. We're not even gonna get into that because that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. However, I am expanding my dating horizons now. Before, I only subjected myself to black men, and this is not, I'm not here to put down black men. However, I don't want to miss out on a love that could possibly be for me if I'm only opening myself up to one demographic. And if you are like just attracted to black men, you're one of those girls that's like, I want to date outside my race, good for you. Good for you. And I hope you're good with that. I hope that you find everything that you want. Because I've mentioned this to people and they get their nose turned up and they're just like, I wouldn't date outside my race. Like, oh my gosh, like, girl, good for you. Good for you, sis. You want a cookie? But this girl over here, I'm expanding my horizons, okay? And I'll let y'all know how it goes. However, I do remember in college, like, even just going on dates with men who weren't black, there's certain things that I didn't even have to deal with. Have y'all noticed that? If y'all ever went on a date with somebody who wasn't in your race or wasn't black, it's just certain things that you don't have to deal with non-black folks. It's certain things that non-black men don't say or don't expect. I'm just saying, I'm putting it down. Y'all could pick it up how y'all want to pick it up. But I'm putting it down. I ain't even gonna say those things. But those of y'all who know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't gotta deal with that 50-50 mess when I'm talking to somebody outside the black race. I don't, I promise you. I have never dealt with a non-black man who has said something along the 50-50 line. Never. I'm just saying. And if that is for you, that is for you. That's fine. That's for you. But that's not my ministry. That's not my ministry, sis. And sis is tired. Especially in Atlanta, sis is really tired. Like, oh. And look, can we talk about all these people coming to Atlanta? Like, oh my gosh, you're from Atlanta. Like, I want to go there. Like, oh my gosh, don't you love it there? And I'm like, it's easy to say that you love a place when you're not from it. Or when you only visited a couple times. Like, when you've lived here, when you're a seasoned person, you've seen Atlanta just turn into craziness. The culture in Atlanta is way different than it is from the rest of the world, from the rest of the United States. Way different, y'all. Like, way different. Can we take a second to shout out to Dior? Shout out to Dior for my favorite gloss. This is actually, wait, no, dang, I don't feel like getting up to get it. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's called D-Way. And I accidentally found it too. Online. And you know when you order stuff online, the colors look a little different sometimes. We're not doing the lashes today. I don't feel like it. Sometimes when you look online, the color look a little different, but y'all, I am in love with this gloss. This is all I've been wearing. It's like this pinky nude, and it only has a little bit of sparkles in it. I've been trying to learn how to curl these things. Like, I just don't know. I usually do the bare minimum when it comes to my edges, like just a little swoop, and that's it. But I've been trying to learn how to do this like curve thing. I don't know, child. We just gonna let it. Yeah, we just gonna give it a little. I hope no one took offense to anything, and I can't wait to share my podcast with you all. I am super excited for more content. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok for femininity lifestyle content, and I will see y'all in my next video. And like I always say, stay true to yourselves.